Matt, in recent memory, where does tonight's performance rank in terms of complete performances by your group in your mind?
Yeah, it's up there. That's more to the identity and the team that we can be. We've had obviously multiple, high-quality games in the playoffs. That's clearly our best game in the tournament. So we're happy with that, and we just, moving forward, need to duplicate that type of effort.
Speak, if you could, to just the efficiency and the production you're getting out of the Davidson, Siona, Krankovic line.
Yeah, obviously they're playing really well. They've got multiple elements to the line. They can put the puck in the net. They can be physical. They can defend well. Play against other teams' top lines. So they've been bringing all that to the table in this tournament, and obviously big part of the win tonight.
Luke, your defensive group tonight, held pretty potent offense to one goal. Just speak to yourself and your colleagues' just ability to kind of create lanes for Thomas to see the puck and just, your work to contain the Blazers tonight.
Yeah, I think we've done a really good job throughout the whole season, playoffs, and the tournament so far of letting Thomas see it, kind of doing our job boxing out. Because we know if he's going to see the puck, he's going to stop it. 10 times out of 10, he's an unbelievable goaltender. Just the depth of our group, we can provide offense and defense, and we've been doing a hell of a job of that so far. Last one from me for Luke. We knew what the stakes were tonight, right, given the results in the tournament so far. Now that you've gone and done the job this evening, how rewarding is it to not have to play tomorrow and now know that you've got a berth in the semifinal on Friday? Rest is huge, especially in this tournament. At this time of year, guys are banged up and a lot of injuries and nagging stuff going on. So it's nice for the guys to get a little bit of rest and regroup for the next game.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, Jesse.
Noticed before the game you have a little tradition with one of the equipment guys. You pour water on his face. How did that start? And just the story behind that.
I started doing it last year in Edmonton. We had an equipment helper, and he was just bugging me one game and in the warm-ups, and I just decided to squirt water kind of all over him, and I had a really good game. And I'm pretty superstitious, so I ended up doing that for the rest of the year. And I didn't do it to start this year because I didn't really know Joel or Evan a whole lot, but as soon as I started to get to know them better, I asked them if it was okay to do it, and just went from there.
Work tonight. Nice goal.
Thank you.
Yeah, Luke, did you guys sense some fragility in the Kamloops crease tonight at all?
They're a great team. I don't think I sensed any, I think we played our style of game, and it's very hard for teams to compete with us when we do that. We play a very well-rounded 200-foot game, and it's just difficult for teams to keep up with that.
It's good for me.
Scott?
Just for Luke, what have you learned about Jared Davidson just as a teammate and as a player in your time in Seattle here?
Well, it's been nice to finally play a season with him. I've known Davey for probably around 10 years now, just playing against him, going to school with him back home in Edmonton. So I didn't think he would turn out to be the player he is today. He's put in a tremendous amount of work in the off seasons, and credit to the coaches in Seattle for making him the player he is today. And seeing him have success in his last two seasons, and this one especially in his 20-year-old year, is something really cool, and I'm happy to be a part of it with him.
Hi, Matt. So I wanted to ask you, touching on you saying duplicating that performance, how do you kind of avoid being able to be in a spot where you're too confident or too happy over this win to be able to push this performance over to the next game?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of staying even keel. We've been that team over the course of the playoffs. When we've had a big win, we've put it aside and got ready for the next game. Obviously we take the things that we did well and we want to carry those things forward into the next game. We have a veteran team that have been, in some pretty big situations. So, we've got the experience not to get too high and obviously in this tournament, all the teams are excellent, and the next challenge is, coming our way on Friday.
And when does the preparation start? Obviously, with Kamloops, they're a familiar foe for you guys, but if Peterborough wins, we've all seen what they could do when they're really at it. So when does that preparation begin, and how do you prepare for that?
Yeah, both really good teams. We've played them once, Peterborough, so we can take some of the things that we learned from that game. Obviously we'll watch the game tomorrow and keep an eye on both teams and see if there's anything new that they're bringing to their game. But preparation starts now. This game's done, so we'll start working on getting ready for the next game.
Question for Luke. Can you talk a little bit about the differences between the Oil Kings last season and the Thunderbirds this year, and why you guys have had success as a team this year?
Yeah, I think we have a lot more depth than we did last year, and especially at this time of the year, you need that. A lot of guys have nagging injuries, and you just need guys to kind of step up, when the time is right. So we've been lucky enough to kind of go throughout the playoffs without any major injuries, and I think that's just kind of one of the main components of how far we've gotten in this tournament so far.
We're good. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Merci tout le monde.